Bailey Zapppe to emergency quarterback 3, and just what would happen to Shedeur? Where would he be?
He'd just be inactive.
Okay. If that's the plan, then just let the kid go. Or are you trying to still make money off his jersey? Do you see him as a football player, or do you see him as a marketing tool? That's what you need to decide. Because the people that want to see him football are getting really frustrated.
Shedeur Sanders is back in the headlines, and this time it's with Bailey Zapppe making waves as the 4th QB on the roster. Rizzo didn't hold back, questioning why Cleveland even signed Zapppe when they already had 3 quarterbacks in place. If it was for a secure backup, that's one thing. But if it's about positioning him ahead of Shedeur Sanders, well, that's another story. Rizzo has even gone as far as demanding Cleveland release Sanders if that's the case.
Bailey Zapppe to emergency quarterback 3, and just what would happen to Shedeur? Where would he be?
He'd just be inactive.
Okay. If that's the plan, then just let the kid go. Or are you trying to still make money off his jersey? Do you see him as a football player?
Rizzo didn't stop there. He went all in, stating that it looks like someone in the management just doesn't see Shedeur Sanders as their guy. They're not convinced he's doing enough to earn the spot. He pointed out that signing Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round ahead of Sanders was a clear statement. They're trying to prove Dillon is the better option. But here's the thing, Rizzo said, the real test will come when Dillon hits the field this season. That's when we'll see if Cleveland made the right call. Rizzo didn't hold back even more, arguing that despite everything, Shedeur Sanders is still the better quarterback compared to Dillon Gabriel. Yet here they are, keeping Dillon as the backup. Rizzo raised a serious question: if Cleveland continues to overlook Shedeur Sanders like this, are they really keeping him just for ticket and jersey sales? He made it clear, if they're not giving him the opportunity he deserves, they should just let him go and pursue his career elsewhere.
Do you see him as a football player, or do you see him as a marketing tool? That's what you need to decide. Because the people that want to see him football are getting really frustrated.
The Browns' decision to sign Bailey Zapppe seems to be more about adding depth to their quarterback position rather than searching for a new starter or QB1. This move appears to be a precautionary one, aimed at reducing the risk of losing crucial quarterback slots. By bringing Zapppe in, Cleveland is keeping their options open while avoiding heavy commitment to a new face in the game. It's not necessarily about pushing out Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, but rather making sure they're covered in case of injury or other issues that could impact their quarterback depth throughout the season.
I like the fact that they have him there. I think he'll be good in practice. He'll be good for some of those younger guys in helping them to prepare for a game and whatnot. And he's just also...
The Browns brought in Bailey Zapppe primarily to support the young quarterbacks throughout the season. According to Mary Kay Cabot, Zappe's role will be to help prepare the quarterbacks for upcoming games and provide assistance in case of any injuries. Cabot also noted that Zapppe could prove to be a valuable asset to the team. However, this move might also hint at the possibility of Dillon Gabriel being traded. Reports suggest that Gabriel is drawing interest from multiple NFL teams, especially after the recent trade of Kenny Pickett. With attention now on Gabriel, there's growing speculation that Shedeur Sanders could be just a few games away from securing a spot as the second-string quarterback in the NFL, which could open a major opportunity for him. Kevin Stefanski made it clear that Shedeur Sanders will be the priority if any opportunity arises, not Bailey Zapppe. He emphasized that Shedeur is the one who will step in to help the team if there's an urgent need in the quarterback room. Stefanski's statement highlights the Browns' confidence in Sanders' abilities, signaling that, should things take a turn, he would be the go-to option to support the team in critical situations.
Who will be the emergency quarterback in the game?
Shedeur, yeah.
Bailey Zappe's signing may primarily serve as a support move, especially given the growing speculation about Dillon Gabriel's potential trade. Mike Florio, a senior NFL analyst, weighed in on the situation, suggesting that trading Gabriel could leave the Browns in a difficult spot, narrowing their quarterback competition. However, Florio also saw a silver lining for Shedeur Sanders, who could seize this opportunity to prove his worth and establish himself as a valuable backup. The move to sign ZAPPE seems to indicate something brewing around Gabriel's future with the team. Florio further noted that with Kenny Pickett's departure, the Browns might be more open to trading Gabriel. He pointed out that Sanders, with his large fan base, is essentially off-limits, as trading him could lead to major backlash. Therefore, Gabriel seems to be the more likely trade candidate, as the Browns balance the situation while trying to keep their fan base on their side.
It was all just kind of weird, but this is one of the natural and foreseeable byproducts of drafting him. He comes to town with a built-in fan base. The mouth breathers, as you call them, are in tow. Not that I called them that, but you called them that.
Yeah,
They're there.
Rich Eisen also weighed in on the situation in Cleveland, suggesting that if Dillon Gabriel is traded and Shedeur Sanders takes on the QB2 role, it wouldn't be long before Sanders becomes the starter later in the season. He pointed out that ZAPPE's signing could signal that Gabriel is nearing a trade. Eisen believes this shift would give Sanders the chance to solidify his place, and he's confident that Sanders is on track to eventually become the QB1 at some point during the year. The momentum is clearly shifting in Sanders' favor, putting him in a strong position to take control when the time comes.
Dillon Gabriel going to be like second quarter, he's out there because Flacco just needs a minute in the blue tent?
Yeah, that feels likely.
And if it's Shedeur Sanders and he starts balling,
Then what?
everything changes in a
whole
bat of an eye.
season.
Stephen A. Smith also emphasized Shedeur Sanders' steady progress, highlighting the strong momentum he's been building. He noted that even before the latest preseason game, it was clear that Sanders had surpassed Dillon Gabriel on the depth chart. Smith acknowledged that, aside from a small setback last week, Sanders has remained undefeated, built strong communication with his teammates, and is now fully focused on refining his game. According to Smith, the Browns are well aware of Sanders' immense potential and are counting on him to continue developing into a more influential and dominant player moving forward.
And he's working hard. He's trying to improve every day. He's saying all the right things, trying to elevate his level of play. And remember, up until this past weekend, we did think there was a legitimate argument that he should have been higher on the depth chart than Dillon Gabriel because he performed better against Carolina than Dillon Gabriel had performed in the preseason game against the Eagles. It's just that obviously he nosedived over this last week, and so the tenor of the conversation changed.
Shedeur Sanders has faced an uphill battle since joining the Browns, and it's clear that he hasn't been treated as fairly as he should have been. Despite showing immense potential and talent, he's been overshadowed by other quarterbacks on the roster, including Dillon Gabriel and now Bailey ZAPPE. This lack of recognition and opportunity has left many fans frustrated, especially those who see Sanders as a player capable of making a significant impact. His supporters want to see him take the field, showcasing his skills and proving his worth, but instead, he's been left to watch from the sidelines, even though many feel he deserves better. Rizzo has echoed these sentiments, expressing his belief that Shedeur Sanders is more than capable of competing at the highest level. His frustration mirrors that of many fans, who see Sanders as the better option over the likes of Dillon Gabriel and are disappointed by the way he's been treated. Fans have voiced their discontent, hoping that the Browns will finally give Sanders the chance he's earned. There's a growing belief that his potential is being wasted, and that if given the opportunity, he could prove himself to be a game-changing quarterback for the team. In the larger scheme of things, the Browns' decisions around Sanders are not just about his individual talent. They also reflect how the organization values its players and interacts with its fan base. The mounting pressure from supporters and analysts alike is clear. The time to give Sanders a real shot is now. Whether it's as a backup or a potential starter, fans and critics alike are hoping to see Sanders on the field sooner rather than later. The Browns have an opportunity to make things right, but they must act fast to avoid losing the trust and support of their fans. What do you think about Shedeur Sanders' situation with the Browns? Do you feel he's been treated fairly, or is there more to his story than what we're seeing on the surface? Should the Browns give him more of a chance, or do you think they're making the right call by keeping him in the background? How do you feel about the growing speculation around Dillon Gabriel and Bailey Zappe's roles? Do you think Sanders deserves a shot at the starting position, or would you rather see him move on to another team where he might get the opportunity he's earned? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.